What's up, everybody? We're out here in the garden. I just want to give you kind of a quick update of what is growing on here. And starting with the pots over here, you can see the blueberry plant is finally bouncing back a little bit. You can see that it's red, and normally that happens when there's like a nutrient deficiency, or I think in this case it was just shock from going from the LED lights straight out here, and also being transplanted. Not having the right nutrition, an acidic enough soil. So that's something you always have to consider with blueberry, is the acidity, the pH of the soil. So that's a big key there. In our root pouches along the fence here, we're seeing a lot of good growth, and you can actually see right there, I think that's cabbage, and we planted a couple heads of that. And then the rest is like lettuce or Swiss chard. We got carrots, spinach, just a little bit of everything. So we got about another month until the CSA finally, kicks in. People are getting their veggie boxes, so we got to make sure that we're, on our game and got everything lined up. So I was a little bit worried, but now that we're starting to see like a lot of, you can barely see it, but the good news is that they're growing in those root pouches, so I think that they're going to have some accelerated growth. Going to start hitting them with fertilizer, fertilization program, going as organic as possible, natural as possible. But the rest of the garden is growing really well. You can see here we've got some baby onions coming up in between the garlic that's pretty well established. We've got some peppermint growing pretty well down here too. That actually grew through the winter, so I was surprised about that. And then we've got some oregano that held through the winter as well. And pretty much all of the green spots that you're going to see, those little patches that look like weeds, are basically just peppermint, until you get over here. And then we've got all of our raspberries, so you can see that they've spread pretty far, pretty thick through there. And all of these are red raspberries. We actually have a blackberry plant over here. So you got a couple of fruiting laterals. I definitely hacked that thing up a little too much when I was pruning it. But I think I did a good job with the raspberries. Oh, you can see here, we've got, we already have a bunch of bees all over the raspberries. Like, I don't know if you just saw me jump or not, but you can see the flowers are starting to form, and pretty much right here, here, like all of those are gonna have fruit coming off of them, and those are coming from the floricanes. So those are old canes that had grown from last year, and they'll be fruiting this year. And then primicanes are the new growth, as you can see, kind of dotting the whole, in between. So I put about 4 to probably even close to 6 feet in between my raspberry plants, just because I knew this was going to happen. So we might not get a huge harvest this year, but next year it'll definitely be, a lot more. And I expect really good things from this guy. Or gal. This is Anne, our golden raspberry, and just looking really healthy, like not too much winter damage or damage from bugs or anything like that. And also, if you're wondering what the white stuff is all around the beds and in the beds, that is actually an organic pest control called diatomaceous earth. So it's naturally forming from diatoms, or sea creatures that have been fossilized, and then they harden, and it turns into like this really flaky, dusty material. And it's basically like 80%, 90% silica. It's not harmful. It's a food grade product. The guy who sells this to my company was actually saying how some of the Amish actually drink this like with their orange juice, and it helps, I don't know, I guess it helps clean out like parasites and things like that. So either way, it's like in your toothpaste, it's in like a lot of products. So completely natural, and basically what it does as far as pest control is creates a barrier. So when a pest crawls over this product, it's very like on a microscopic level, it's like crystalline. So if if a soft-bodied creature is crawling over it, then it gets cut up, essentially dehydrates the bug, and kills it. So that's a little, sounds a little gruesome, but protects your plants. And as you can see, here are the onions, and planted a lot of them, got a lot that are growing pretty well. And then you come down here, and I think we've got some radishes coming up here. And then you can also see a little rogue raspberry plant popped up over this far too. So little by little, everything's kind of coming together out here. Still got stuff going, growing upstairs in our plant lab. I'll take you over here too to these grow bags. So real quick on these grow bags, this is the kale. Half of it died from a little shock. Let me actually get you so you can see it. Half of them died from shock. This one you can tell is about on the way out. This one kind of survived. So needless to say, started planting some other stuff in between. I believe this bed is all radishes. And yeah, it dumped a little heavy, as far as the diatomaceous earth over here, but that won't hurt anything. If anything, it'll probably help out a little bit. And then over here we've got some spinach that's growing. So those little things that look like grass, I hope it's spinach. It looks like it. And then just kind of coming over here, I believe that's lettuce that you see popping up. So lettuce, cabbage, all kinds of things. So got a lot growing on. So we'll keep you posted, as things progress. But if you guys have any gardening questions, feel free to drop those on me. I'll be happy to answer. Otherwise, looking forward to the growing season. Thanks.